NASCAR might have a serious problem, and it exploded at Atlanta. A cheating scandal, a furious veteran, and a rising driver caught in the middle of controversy. After the race at Ambetter Health 400, tensions boiled over when Denny Hamlin publicly lashed out at Carson Hocevar, and what he said has the entire NASCAR world talking. Is this just racing drama? Or is NASCAR in bigger trouble than we thought? Let's break it down. Atlanta Motor Speedway has always been intense. High speeds, tight packs, zero margin for error. But this race felt different. Late in the event, several teams began noticing something unusual about Hocevar's car. It wasn't just speed. It wasn't just strategy. It was consistency. Lap after lap, his car held an edge in situations where others were struggling with tire wear and aero balance. And in modern NASCAR, where margins are razor thin, even the smallest mechanical advantage can mean everything. Whispers started immediately. Was it setup brilliance, or was it something NASCAR needed to inspect more closely? After the race, inspection rumors began circulating in the garage. Officials reportedly took a longer look at components tied to aerodynamic balance and ride height control. Nothing creates chaos faster than the word inspection. And that's when Denny Hamlin stepped in. Denny Hamlin isn't just another driver. He's a veteran, a team owner, a voice that carries weight in the garage. When he speaks, people listen, and he did not hold back. Hamlin suggested that if the allegations were true, it wouldn't just be a minor rules violation. It would be a stain on the sport. He emphasized that teams work too hard, invest too much money, and risk too much to have races influenced by questionable advantages. His frustration wasn't subtle. He hinted that NASCAR must be transparent and decisive, because if fans begin to doubt the fairness of competition, the damage goes beyond one race. That's when the story shifted from driver versus driver to something much bigger. NASCAR has spent years trying to modernize. New car platform, closer racing, stricter technical rules. The goal? Parity. The idea that any team on any given Sunday has a shot to win. But parity only works if the rules are airtight. If one team finds a gray area and exploits it, others feel pressured to follow. And that's when innovation crosses into controversy. This isn't the first time NASCAR has faced technical disputes. The sport has a long history of teams pushing limits. That competitive edge is part of racing culture. But the difference today? Social media. Speculation spreads instantly. Narratives form before official statements are released. And once fans believe something is shady, it's hard to erase that doubt. If NASCAR appears slow, inconsistent, or unclear in enforcement, critics will say the league is losing control. And that's the real danger. Now let's be fair. There has been no official ruling declaring intentional cheating at the time of this report. Hocevar's camp maintains that their performance was within regulations. They argue that smart engineering and race execution often get mistaken for rule-breaking when competitors are frustrated. And in racing, frustration runs high, especially at a track like Atlanta. It's possible this entire situation becomes nothing more than a heated rivalry moment. Racing history is full of emotional reactions that cool down after further review. But Hamlin's reaction tells us something important. Veterans don't speak out publicly unless they feel strongly. And when they do, it sends a message to NASCAR leadership. Here's the real question. Is NASCAR in trouble? Not because of one inspection, not because of one driver, but because perception matters. The sport thrives on credibility. Fans invest time, emotion, and money because they believe the competition is real. If fans start believing outcomes are manipulated, even unintentionally, trust erodes. We've seen other sports struggle when officiating or rule enforcement becomes controversial. It creates division among fans and puts pressure on leadership. For NASCAR, the solution is simple, but not easy. Transparency, clear communication, consistent penalties. If Hocevar's car is legal, say it clearly. Show the data, end the speculation. If it's not, enforce the rule decisively. Because uncertainty fuels outrage, and outrage fuels headlines like this one. There's another layer here. The generational tension. Hamlin represents established power, a proven winner with influence. Hocevar represents the new wave, young, aggressive, and eager to shake things up. When veterans clash with rising stars, it's not just about rules, it's about territory. The old guard protecting standards, the new guard pushing limits. That clash can be great for ratings, but only if it stays within competitive boundaries. If it turns into distrust between drivers and officials, NASCAR faces a leadership test, and fans will be watching closely. So what happens next? Will NASCAR release a definitive ruling? Will Hamlin double down on his comments? Will Hocevar respond on track? One race at Atlanta has sparked a firestorm, and whether it fades quietly or turns into a season-long controversy could shape how fans view the sport moving forward. Because in NASCAR, speed wins races, but integrity sustains the sport. And right now, that integrity is under the microscope.